Welcome to another episode, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Well, indeed, I found out what really happened with Treyway6k, the rapper from A. Trey Hoover, who was indeed stabbed on the prison yard. Now, there's been a bit of misinformation put out there, and I reacted to the video myself yesterday of C-Star and Baby B Braves put it out there, or C-Star anyway, from Rolling 40s, saying that Lil Porky from 107 Hoover had got on Treyway. Now, let me clear a couple things up. It is true that Porky and Treyway6k had gotten to an altercation, but this was some time back. This situation that just transpired is a bit different. Myself, I was wondering, how did C-Star get Treyway6k's hot pot in his cell that he was flossing? You know, these dudes think that all of this stuff is a game, and everyone is making content out of this, including myself. I can't justify my content other than saying that my hope is to clear up a couple of things that's been put out there, but not to defend anyone or any of that. And I want to be careful about what I say, but at the same time, I don't want to make content and not bring you the whole story and withhold some of the information. So I'm in a catch-22, obviously. Let me say this. Treyway6k was on the prison yard, and he went to the hole for a couple of months. Now, there are different stories as to why he went to the hole. That's neither here nor there, really, as far as I'm concerned. He went to the hole, and when he went to the hole, he left his phone on the yard. His cell phone that you're not supposed to have there in prison anyway. Left it with one of the homies, if you will, or they ended up with the phone. Now, when he comes back from the hole after 2 months or so of being in the hole, of course, he's inquiring about his phone. This sort of thing happens all of the time. The individual that had his phone claimed that the police had taken the phone. He no longer had the phone. This was not true. He still had the phone. So another reason why gangs and gang banging is not where it's at. You know, you have a strong individual, reputable individual, and they're stealing from him, taking his stuff and lying about it, etc. No fealty, no loyalty in this here game, particularly there in prison, but anywhere. Nevertheless, nothing was really done about that situation. Treyway6k goes in a cell with a dude from Edgemont Criminals. Now, you know, who was in the Edgemont Criminals are allies, get along. They too are criminals. And whatever transpired inside of the cell, I'm not going to get too deep into the details of that. I wasn't there. Fortunately, I'm no longer in prison. And so who knows what really went on inside of that cell other than the two individuals that were in there. Everything else would just be conjecture on my part, as it has been on others. Whatever transpired inside of the cell, Treyway, the story has it, swung the thing first on the dude from Edgemont Criminal. Bam, got off on him with the blammer, hit him. Dude from Edgemont takes control of the situation. Treyway, he got off first, but he was not the last to get off, because old boy either took his weapon or he had his own weapon, or both. And he began to hit Treyway a little bit, hit him up. Treyway was clearly losing that battle and began to scream a little bit, if you will, just instinctually or whatever the case. And they're fighting for his life and now losing the battle that he perhaps initiated. He begins to scream. The police are indeed alerted, get to the cell, and Treyway is, you know, coming out of the cell and leaking or what have you, having been hit up. And when he's leaving the yard or about to leave the yard, heading to medical, wherever, some individuals hit him up and say, what's up, bro? What's going on? Where you going? What's up, man? You tripping, like, go back to the cell or whatever. And why was you screaming or whatever? And supposedly Treyway yelled back or said back to these individuals, man, he was in there stabbing me. What was I supposed to do? Let him kill me in there trying to kill me. I'm supposed to just let him kill me? I started screaming because he's trying to kill me. Well, that's the wrong answer, and that's the wrong thing to do. So once you get stabbed up and now you're leaving the yard, you are a victim, or you are portrayed as the victim. Someone has to be the victim. And if you take that role, then you're in trouble. Your career is pretty much over from that point on. And, if your response is, what was I supposed to do? So then you're admitting that you yelled to the police, that you yelled for help, that you basically dry snitched, that you called the police, you called for help. This, of course, is against the rules and the protocols as it relates to the politics there in prison on any level of a yard, particularly a level 4 yard. And thus, when Treyway then transferred to another prison, this is the incident that just happened now, recently. He transferred to another prison because he got stabbed in this prison, in a cell with the dude from Edgemont, criminals. So he transferred to another prison. But again, essentially, you're transferring essentially as the victim, because it's like they're getting rid of you for your safety, because they know that you just got stabbed up and you were yelling and screaming about being stabbed up, and then said in front of the police, essentially, what was I supposed to do? Let them kill me? And of course, other people are going to look at this as it relates to prison as a violation. And now they're waiting on you to hit the yard. Any other yard, they waiting on you to hit the yard because you're in big trouble. And that's what happened. He transferred and he hit another prison yard. And when he hit the other prison yard, apparently he already knew that his days were numbered, that as soon as he got off of the bus, he might as well get off first, because they're about to get off on him because of what just happened in the other prison. Him being stabbed, that's one thing, but then calling the police and screaming and saying whatever you said, allegedly, supposedly in front of the police. He knew, as anyone would know that's in prison and understands the politics as it relates to these prison yards, you know that they're about to attack you. Period. Whatever yard you go to, it's a small world inside a prison. Everyone communicates. Before you even get off the bus, people know what happened, know what you're there for, what prison you came from, what you did in the other prison, all of that stuff, bro. Trust me, before you even get off of the bus. So everyone already knew before Treyway even got off of the bus what had happened in the other prison, that he had been stabbed, screaming, yelled, etc. They knew it pretty much the same day that it happened, even though they were in another prison. This is how the communication goes these days. So they were waiting on him when he got off of the bus to indeed attack him and remove him from the yard. Treyway. Him having knowledge of this, just common sense dictating to him that this was a possibility. He got off of the bus and he got off first. Treyway got off the bus and bam, he hit a dude with the blammer. He did. He stabbed someone. He hit the dude first. Bam, he got off the bus because he already know they coming. And when he stabbed the dude, they did indeed come. They all flocked. They converged on Treyway, attacked him, hit him up. He was stabbed, beat up, all this, packed him out, and got him off of the yard. That's what happened. Now, I'm not going to get too much deeper into it right now, as far as, you can use your common sense, though. So is he still from Hoover? And does he have to go PC now? Is he on the PC? Or who stabbed him exactly and all of this? I do know who stabbed him. But that's neither here nor there. because the point is, I know a couple of individuals that got jiggy, but you know, it don't matter. It's a sad day. It's nothing to celebrate, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to even insert my personal opinion. I'm just going to give you the information. That's what I'm here to do. Give you the information. That's what happened there. His phone was indeed, so it wasn't taken as, give me your phone, boy. It was left with someone, left on the yard when he went to the hole for a couple of months. When he came back, his phone was gone, or so they said. And things just went downhill from there. He had been in a few incidents already, like I said, got into it with Lil Porky and some other situations. These sort of things happen in prison over whatever. But once he got into the situation with the knives, with his cellie, and they stabbed one another, but he got to hooping and hollering and screaming and yelling, it was all bad from there. His days were numbered because that's just something that you cannot do in prison. He says, what am I supposed to do? Let them kill me? Well, yeah. Or let them kill me? Well, yeah. Or try to kill him, but you can't alert the police. You're going to be considered a snitch, if you will, at that point. And so what is his fate at this juncture? Well, again, just use your own common sense. He was just attacked brutally on the yard by multiple individuals with weapons. He used a weapon also in two of these occasions that I just spoke about. So it's not looking good. I'll say that much. But I'll go deeper into it. But I just wanted to update you there. I'll go deeper into it probably tomorrow on exactly maybe what he's going to be going through now, exactly what the situation is now, where he was at, etc. When all of this transpired. But I just wanted to update you real quick. It's already late. That's the situation. He was not stabbed by Little Porky, a couple of days ago, and hooping and hollering and screaming because of that, as C-Star had implied. C-Star did say he was not there for that one, but he said he heard it or heard about it. But that's not the situation there that transpired a couple of days ago. The situation with Lil Porky. That happened some months ago and had no relation to this situation. This was totally separate. This really didn't even have anything to do with the telephone. This was something totally, this was isolated with him and his cellie, and that went bad inside of that cell with the screaming and hollering and alerting the police. And because of that, the screaming and hollering and alerting the police, the other stuff happened when he got to the other yard. Stay out of prison, stay free. It's not good for anyone. No one leaves the same for the people who are able to make it out. You're going to be fractured in some sort of way. You're constantly under the gun, constantly fighting for your life, constantly fighting for your own possession. Somebody taking your phone. You constantly got to have a knife. Somebody constantly trying to stab you. Your own gang. Man, please. It's not worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments. That is what happened. Stay safe and stay free, people.